Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the match between Levante and FC Barcelona. FC Barcelona have defeated Levante 3-2 away from home. Like I've said in my previous video, this was not going to be an easy game. Levante were going to come in here to cause us a lot of problems. There's a reason why Levante ended up going into first division is because they fought very well. Levante embraced this game knowing that they had to defend for their lives, which is the reason why Levante were in a 5-4 formation, and that was going to make it extremely hard for FC Barcelona's attack. For Yamal, for Raphinha, for Rashford, for Ferran Torres, it was really a struggle. Barcelona have once again, just like what we did in the last season, completed a remontada. I feel like whatever's going to be happening in this season that we are in right now is going to look almost identical to what happened last season, meaning a lot of remontadas, a lot of games where we do have to come back, high scoring matches. But is that going to be a problem? Is that going to be a problem down the road where one day we're going to have to say, when are we going to stop conceding? Because we can score goals, but we have seen the ramifications of playing in this way. We have already learned from our mistakes from last season. So what happens when we continue with this type of strategy going into the Champions League matches? That is the only concern that I do have. However, besides that, I'm just happy to see that Barcelona have not lost their hunger. Yes, in that first 45 minutes, Barcelona looked a little weak, I would say. Like, yes, we pressed well, but our focus in terms of like the defensive line and the defensive midfield line, it was not 100%. We were not 100% focused because we saw so many times Levante try to counterattack us, and they did that successfully. Could it be because we are using too many new players that are playing together for the first time? Like, we had Ero Garcia starting, we had Araujo, Barça, Valdez starting, we also had Casado and Pedri starting. However, the connectivity, the focus, the ability to be aware that Levante were trying to attack us from behind us was not 100% like I have said. And that is what led towards Levante finding chances, gaining confidence, and having a 2-0 lead going into the second half. However, we know Flick and we know these players, and we know how many times they have tried to come back from a 2-0 deficit or a 1-0 deficit or even a 3-0 deficit. Whatever that halftime talk was probably like so intense, bro, because the moment we got into the second half, Barcelona looked like a much different team and Levante had no answers. Lamine Yamal saw the ball much more. Raphinha, because he was placed on the left wing position and Rashford came out and also Casado came out, with Daniel Olmo and Gavi coming in, there was more connectivity between all of the players, with Raphinha, with Olmo, with Gavi dictating the midfield next to Pedri, and it just seemed like Barcelona found the answers. It was just going to take some time. So immediately in the second half, around the 49th minute, we saw a long shot coming from Pedri. This is what I want to see Pedri do more. This is the type of player that I believe he could be, as a player who can score more than 10 goals a season as a central defensive midfielder. Like, yes, he has the capacity to bring the exact same numbers of Rodri. Like, Pedri is that guy that knows how to find those goal scoring chances. Sometimes we see Pedri receive the ball just outside the box but chooses to pass the ball to either Yamal or like Alejandro Balde, and I'm like, bro, you found that space. There's that open opportunity right there, but why don't you take it? And Pedri has always seemed conservative, in my own opinion, over the past 3 to 4 years. Like, that is my impression that I get from Pedri, is the fact that he gets too conservative, that he wants to look too much like a Xavi, and I'm like, no, look more like a Rodri. This is what the game does demand. It's for central defensive midfielders to shoot from outside the box, and Pedri has the talent, he has the capability, and that is why he was able to shoot the ball into the top right corner. It was a golazo. It was a moment to show to the world that Pedri is not just a player who can complete the most passes, which is actually what he completed in this game, by the way. I think that, yes, he was the MVP for the match against Levante, and he completed 118 passes. Let me repeat that again. He completed 118 passes, dictating the tempo, dictating the game, and also scoring the first goal that allowed Barcelona to get the confidence that they needed. And then like a couple of minutes later, we saw Lamine Yamal make a cross into the box, and Ferran Torres scores the second goal off of one touch. Once again, another golazo coming from Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres continues to show that he is the shark. He is the man. He's the one with the bite. He's the one that's going to say, you may not see me now, but you will see me eventually in this game. And we saw him. Ferran Torres just came out of nowhere and scored the goal, making it 2-2 for FC Barcelona, and the remontada was on. And from there, Levante had no answers. Like, Levante did not even want to play. Levante were praying for a 2-2. Levante were trying to, as a matter of fact, look for Barcelona to lose points instead of them gaining 3 points, because they were just that scared. They're like, okay, let's just have 1 point. I'm okay with that, because honestly, I just don't see us scoring the third goal. The reason why is because Barcelona had like 80% of the possession in the second half, and then in the dying last minutes of this game, like I'm talking about the last 3 minutes, we saw Yamal make another cross into the box. I thought Ferran Torres scored the second goal, but it ended up being an own goal from one of the Levante center backs or full backs, I believe. I believe that his name was Unai, the 32-year-old center back, the one that was like literally in the center of the whole defensive line in that 5-man back line for Levante. He scored the own goal, but it does not matter. Who cares? It was going to come. That third goal was going to come whether it was through Raphinha's right ankle, Yamal's left nut, front or Lewandowski's chest, that third goal was eventually going to come because it was just destiny. It was destiny. Barcelona know how to react in situations like this. Now, let me step away from this for just a second and let me tell you guys something. Even though Barcelona won 3-2, I honestly believe that this could have been a 5-2 scoreline or a 6-2 scoreline. You want to know why? I say that because there has been one incident in this game that should have been converted into a penalty, right? This is why I always say through YouTube that it is Barcelona versus Real Madrid, it is Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, it is Barcelona versus Espanyol, it is Barcelona versus Levante, and it is also most importantly Barcelona versus La Liga and the rest. One of them was when Lewandowski got hit, right, like on the chest, when apparently the ref was like, no, there's no penalty here because, you know, I just don't feel like it because I got paid by either La Liga or Real Madrid or whatever. Like, I have no idea. But the fact that they said that Lewandowski did not get fouled inside the box, which he clearly was because he was kicked to hell onto the ground, they still told him, no, like, get up, there is no foul. And I'm like, dude, like, really? You're gonna say that this is not a foul? Meanwhile, you want to give a foul in favor of Levante and give Levante a penalty when clearly Alejandro Balde did not do any sort of handball. Like, if anything, bro, Alejandro Balde was trying to face the other way. He was trying to like move away from the ball, right? His left hand, yes, touched the ball, but if you look at his reaction, if you look at what he was trying to do, he was not going towards the ball. He was trying to move away from the ball. That is the rules. Like, how are you gonna say that the handball from Tchouaméni from last season in the Clásico was not a handball, but you want to say that with Alejandro Balde moving away from the ball is a penalty? Like, I'm telling you guys, this whole thing is rigged. From the bro, we saw a glimpse of this and what was gonna happen through the whole course of this season when they gave Kylian Mbappe the penalty, even though Kylian Mbappe stepped on the foot of one of the defenders. And so I just find this insane. It is insane how they gave Alejandro Balde the handball, and he said that, yeah, what you did was a handball. You know what's even crazier than this is the fact that when I talk about these two games and how Tchouaméni got that handball, right? Clearly it was a handball, but they ruled it off. It is the exact same referee, by the way. The exact same referee. This is the exact same referee, Hernandez, that stated, Tchouaméni, no, you did not do any handball, you're fine, let the play continue. But with Balde, yes, that's a penalty right there. That has to be a penalty. I'm sorry, Levante, please score this other goal. We have to destroy FC Barcelona. Like, this is the exact same ref. There is a contradiction here. There is hypocrisy here. But I am just so tired of this, bro. Like, I'm telling you, it's not just FC Barcelona trying to get ready for a match against Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. It is literally La Liga that we also have to overcome. So we have to play exceptional. There's no other way. Like, if we let our guard down in any manner, defensively, offensively, in terms of the control in the midfield, we will lose a lot of points. We will lose a lot of games. We will tie a lot of games because, once again, La Liga does not favor FC Barcelona. And I want to congratulate Pedri for having a phenomenal game. He is the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion. He scored 1 goal, had 144 touches, 118 passes completed, man of the match, 2 key passes, 3 long balls, 2 shots, 100% of the aerial duels were won. Amazing. And I am just in love with Flick's management, the way that he knows how to like tell the players that you must do this or else this is going to happen, that we must react in this way or else that's going to happen, because that second half was just freaking insane. It was intense. It was high pace. We played with a lot of faith. Pedri and Yamal set the tone with every pass and, you know, bringing in the ball a lot, and we were just far superior in the second half. So congratulations to Gavi as well. Gavi had an amazing entry, who came in the second half with 44 out of 47 passes completed, 1 chance created, 55 touches, 1 touch in the opposition box, 3 recoveries, 1 clearance, 1 headed clearance, 3 out of 6 ground duels were won. So bravo to FC Barcelona for really fighting. I just have to clap it up. That's it, right? Like, Barcelona, we are in first place. First place, Real Betis in second place, Rayo Vallecano third place, Getafe fourth place, Villarreal fifth place, sixth place is Athletic Club. So we have a total of 6 points. We have scored 6 goals so far in 2 matches and conceding twice. That is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.